Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Canada. I hope that you are all having an awesome weekend so far. I hope that you're staying healthy and happy. Students, in this class, we are looking at IELTS speaking section part 2, the cue card, the long part. This cue card will focus on talking about a polluted place. And this is a members chat class, so in order to join this lesson, you need to be a member of the channel. You can become a member by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button. We will also have an all chat class coming up after this one in about 2 hours where everybody will be able to join the chat. And this lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS success. Please visit us there for the general IELTS. Check us out at gieltshelp.com. On both of those websites, we have lots and lots of help for you to improve your English, your communication, and your IELTS scores. Basically, the websites are the textbooks for these live classes. The academic IELTS website looks like this at aehelp.com, and all you need to do to join our premium IELTS package is to click this big red button that's just right above my head there. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We are an official IDP affiliate, British Council partner, and IELTS test registration center. I'm a certified British Council agent, so you are in good hands with us. Welcome, Umra. Nice to see our members joining in. You can use a discount code that we have going on this week. That code is Target9, and it will get you a 20% discount from the premium course. Now, the cost of the course is different in different countries depending on the economy, so check it out. Join the premium package. Again, it's a one-time payment, and you can access the materials, the practice exams, videos, as long as you need to. For general IELTS, it's gieltshelp.com. Again, click that big red button that's just right there to join the premium IELTS package. Chai and Kip, Arjun, nice to see you in the class joining in. It's fantastic. So remember to use the code Target9. Get the apps from your app store, Academic IELTS Help. That app will link to aehelp.com. The app General IELTS Help will link to gieltshelp.com so that you can learn from the app when you're on your mobile phone. And to get our schedules and daily vocabulary, follow us on Instagram. Instagram is IELTS_AEHelp and gieltshelp. And if you still have questions, just send me an email. My email address is adrian@aehelp.com. Students, we've got speaking part 2 right now, and then we've got speaking part 3 coming up later. And we've got our regular schedule next week. So starting on Thursday, we'll have speaking part 1 coming up, and then we'll have some writing, reading, more speaking, and again we will have a Light Hall class also. Light Hall is a fun, fantastic platform for live learning and teaching, so check out our Live Hall classes. This one is a free class. Here's the link for you. So register for that Light Hall class for this not this Sunday, but the next Sunday after. So, and that class will be from 14 o'clock to 15:30. So I should correct that. It'll be 14 to 15:30. Like that. Okay. All right, students. So we've got a new release on our channel, and it's not actually this one. This is a new release as well, but we've got an even newer release that you can check out on the YouTube channel. I will show you that in a little bit. Let's get into speaking part 2. So IELTS speaking part 2, it's a cue card. Basically what happens is when you are in the speaking section, the examiner will ask you some questions to get to know you better, some questions on a general topic. Then the examiner will say, that is the end of speaking part 1. We will now continue with speaking part 2. For this, I will show you some questions. You will have 1 minute to read these. Think about your answers. You can take notes in the 1 minute preparation time if you wish. You have some note paper and a pencil. And then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start and when to stop. Talk about a polluted place you have seen. Your 1 minute preparation time begins now. And then they literally time it, so they look at a clock and they make sure that you have 60 seconds. 60 seconds, it's, 1 minute doesn't seem like a lot of time, 1 minute in life, but it is 60 seconds. And 60 seconds, as long as you are focused and your brain is working well, then 60 seconds is a considerable amount of time. So in English, when we count seconds, we usually count them as 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. So if you count to 61,000 like that, it does seem like a lot longer time. And if you want to think about it that way, then you realize that, oh, okay, in that 60 seconds, a lot can happen in the mind. So the first step is you read the question carefully. So talk about a polluted place you have seen. Okay, what is this place and where is it? Why is it polluted? How does this affect life there? Okay. And what could be done to reverse this pollution and who needs to do it? All right. So we've got a good number of questions there. We've got one question, we've got a second question there, we've got a third, fourth, fifth, and a sixth question. So we've got 6 different questions in this set, and then 7 if you include the topic question. Now, if you're not sure, definitely read the card twice. Even if you think you're sure, it's a good idea to read the card twice, just so you realize that, okay, you've got about 7 questions here and you have to answer all of them. And then, as you know, members, after reading the question twice, you have to identify the category. Because, here, let me just resize this. It's a little bit off there. Now it's better. There we go. That looks a bit better. All right, so step 1, again, was to read the question twice for clarity and accuracy. This should only take about 10 seconds at most, okay? Identifying the category and the tense should be very quick. It should just take you 2 seconds, okay? This is your step 2. So obviously here we are looking at a location or a place. Okay, that's the category. And again, remember there are 5 categories, right? Person, place, object, event, idea, right? So here we're talking about a place. When we talk about a place, we want to talk about its what? Its location, right? You want to describe it, its appearance. What does it look like, right? You want to talk about the attendees, who goes there, right? And then you want to talk about the activities. What happens there, right? Anirban, welcome to our group of members. Nice to have you on board. All right. So location, appearance, attendees, activities, and your experience, right? Okay. So those pieces, those components you want to include, and as long as you include those, you should be getting a good band score. Try to keep it to that order. So order does matter, and structure is important. Clarity is important for part 2. It will create coherence. So having good structure is key. So location first, right? Where is it located? Let the person know. And then the appearance. What does it look like? Once I have the location and the appearance as the examiner, as your listener, then I can visualize it. I can contextualize it, right? Contextualize it. And then talk about who goes there, what they do, and the experience. Okay, and the verb tense in this case is very clear. It's present perfect. Okay, and present for the most part, right? Because if we go and look at the question, we can see right away that it says, talk about a polluted place you have seen. It's this have seen part that shows me that I am going to be using a lot of present perfect in this little presentation. Why am I using present perfect here? I'm using it to emphasize experience, okay? So just a little bit of grammar lesson here, little grammar note, it's important to know, okay? Present perfect is used in English for emphasizing. Emphasize means to strongly express, of course, for emphasizing experience. And that's what it is in this case. So it's telling my reader that this really happened to me. So it's experience. Achievement. Change over time. Repetition over time. And expectation. Okay. So those are the main reasons for using that kind of grammar, the present perfect grammar. A lot of students don't learn that and don't understand that, and then they don't really realize why present perfect is used. Why not just use simple past, right? A lot of languages don't have this present perfect form. English is unique in this way. And this is why English has present perfect, is because it emphasizes experience, achievement, change over time, repetition over time, and expectation, or the opposites, the negatives of this. So lack of experience, lack of achievement, no change over time, no repetition, or lack of expectation. So that's when we use present perfect. Okay, it's important to know that. All right. So in this one, we're definitely using present perfect. Why? Because it's a place of pollution. So it's an experience. In this case, it's a negative experience. Maybe we want some change over time. We don't want it to be polluted anymore. We have an expectation that somebody cleans up this place of pollution. So we're using lots of present perfect. Now again, in the IELTS, identifying the category and the verb tense, as long as you practiced and you know this, will only take you a couple of seconds. Okay? All right. And then step 3 is to come up with some good ideas. So come up with 2 to 3 original ideas that you can easily talk about, and there's lots of information. Okay, so that's what you want to do. So give me some ideas. Places of pollution, students. Give me some ideas. What would be a place of pollution. You can make it up, or if you actually know of a place that has some pollution that you have seen, then you can say that. Okay, place of pollution that I saw in Europe is the Danube River, for sure, in Budapest. All right. Baljeet, a contaminated lake, sure, but what is the lake? You should be able to name it. Okay. All right. Amra says Kura River in Azerbaijan. Chayan Kip says the Ciliwung River in Jakarta. Yeah, it's interesting how rivers are often polluted, right? Moving water. Okay. Baljeet says Paradise Lake. Sure. Okay. Here in Victoria, let's say Gonzales Beach. Okay. In Bombay. All right, good. So we have some good ideas here. Good ideas here. All right, and let's just pick one. Okay, and so let's go this time with the Kura River in Azerbaijan. Sure, why not? Okay, so Kura River, Azerbaijan. All right, I'm not familiar with this river, so I'm going to hopefully have some good information from Amra. Okay, so first of all, the Kura River, it's a location. Obviously, it's in Azerbaijan, but let's be a little bit more specific. So where is it in Azerbaijan? Is it in the middle of the country? Where does it start? Okay, so here, let's check it out. Why not, right? That's what the map is showing me, that it's right there. Okay, I can't read that writing there, but it looks like that's where the Kura River is. Okay, I can see the image there to the left, and it looks like it connects a couple of different lakes. So from what I can tell, there's a lake here and there's a lake here, and this river connects these lakes in Azerbaijan. Right? Anirban says the Ganges River in India. We'll just stick with the Kura River for now, but obviously the information that we're going to discuss, you could probably use that for any other river, or similarly for any other river, or even body of water, a lot of the information, so you can adapt the information. Okay. So the Kura River, it's, sorry, Amra says, southwestern part, it takes place in Turkey. Okay, good. So now we've got some information coming. Excellent. All right. Okay, Kura River in Azerbaijan. Sanjay, that was just the map that I was looking at there. Okay. All right. So first of all, okay, the next step that we're going on to here are the notes, right? So useful notes. And for the useful notes, you're probably taking about 30 seconds to do it. Okay. Now, you only need about maybe 6 to 8 pieces of information. Okay. So first of all, the location, it's the center runs the center of the country through lakes, or connects lakes. All right. And now the appearance. I could tell that the appearance, the water was very brown looking. Okay. You don't need to write the words location and appearance, of course, in the real IELTS exam, because you know that that's what you're doing. If you really need to remind yourself, then you should just write the letter L like this. So you know that, okay, location, okay, appearance, right? So just A, but don't waste time writing out words like that, obviously. Doesn't make sense. So brown, about 1,500 kilometers long. And maybe about 100 meters wide or 200 meters wide. I don't know, I'm just guessing. And maybe, I don't know, 20 meters deep. Averages here, right? Okay. All right, garbage, bottles, plastic, chemicals. All right. So appearance, right? We want to remember the card here. We're talking about a place of pollution. So you need to think about what kind of pollution you see at Kura River. So garbage, bottles, plastic, chemicals, attendees. Okay, so who goes to this river? And again, we wouldn't write the whole word attendees. We would just write maybe AT, T, and then we can write locals, tourists, kids, adults. Okay. So several cities, towns. Okay, so just a few notes, all right? And then the activities. Maybe some fishing, or fishing used to happen there. Travel. Okay, maybe boats use it for travel, all right? Picnic, Sanjay says, sure. Hiking. Okay, boating, sure. All right, good. And experience. So again, you just write EX if you really need to, and then off you go. So experience, maybe it's smelly, ugly, right? Because it's dirty. Illness, dangerous. Illness, okay? So you're afraid that people are going to get sick, right? Good. And I can see Chayan keeps saying stinky with a G. It's just with a K. Stinky. Yeah. Okay. Good. Now, next step, step number 5, is your first sentence, and this should only take you about 10 seconds. Okay. So again, this is what you're practicing at home before your IELTS exam. You're practicing the timing for this. So your first sentence, ready before your 1 to 2 minute talking time. Okay. So again, when you get your first sentence ready, really pay attention to the the topic sentence of the cue card here. Okay, so talk about a polluted place you have seen. So you need to use that in combination with your selection, right? The Kura River in Azerbaijan. All right, so a very polluted body of water that I have often seen is the Kura River in my country, Azerbaijan. Okay, so now when the examiner says, okay, your 1 minute preparation time is up, please begin speaking, you can start right away. All right, that's very important because 1 to 2 minutes, if you're not speaking, is not a lot of time, and so many candidates, they start really slowly when it's like they're starting to think about their answer only when the examiner actually says your 1 minute preparation time is up, and then they're like, oh, well, I've seen a lot of pollution, but the one I'm going to talk about today, and then it's like 30 seconds later they actually get to answering the first question, which is not good. Especially notice that this cue card had 7 questions, so you want to make sure that you're able to discuss all of them. And I think a lot of members, you've noticed this in these speaking part 2 classes, that perhaps the most common challenge or difficulty with these part 2s is students don't really answer all the questions in the first 90 seconds. They repeat information, they forget to answer some questions, they get interrupted, they go off topic. So in part 2, content is extremely important to pay attention to, right? Okay. Now, Baljeet, just for the sake of practice, stick with the Kura River, and then when we do volunteering, you can volunteer and you can practice talking about the contaminated lake in Jaipur. Just make sure that you tell me the name of the lake. So you want to identify it specifically. For part 2, it's really important that you speak specifically about the cue card. You don't generalize the cue card, okay? That's how you get the highest band scores. Now, so I gave you 5 steps here, right? Step 1 was read the question. So we have 10 seconds there to read the question. Step 2 was identifying the category. So, okay, location or a place, appearance, and then attendees, activities, experience. So that's only taking me 2 seconds. So that's 12 seconds, right? Coming up with 2 or 3 original ideas to talk about, that could easily take you 10 seconds, okay? So you really need to think of some good ideas. And so here we have 22 seconds. And then useful notes is about 30 seconds, as I said. So there's your 52 seconds. And then coming up with your first sentence, that's about 10 seconds, but we could say 8 seconds. So there's your 1 minute. Okay, so for those of you who are, wondering, I get this question like, how much time should I spend on that? This is your clear answer. So roughly speaking, for approximations, that's about how much time you should be spending on each of these steps so that you can effectively use that 1 minute, give or take a couple of seconds. Okay, so one more time, members, keep this in mind when you're practicing at home. You should kind of pay attention to this. So read the question, no more than 10 seconds to read it twice. That should be pretty fast, okay? Identifying the category, as long as you practice this, that's very quick. And then coming up with ideas. That's the most important. Don't skip step 3, okay? Step 3, you have to have a good idea. If you don't have a good idea, it's really hard to give a good answer. Okay, no good ideas, no good answers. It's that simple. All right, so then we have our first sentence, and the examiner says, okay, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking. Now, students, this is a speaking class, so make sure to speak and repeat as we do this, okay? Members, go ahead and start adding sentences. So this is kind of like build your own adventure. Add sentences to this response, okay? The examiner says, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking. And so you begin. You say, a very polluted body of water that I have often seen is the Kura River in my country of Azerbaijan. It runs, rivers run. It runs through the middle of the country and stretches. A river stretches, okay? Stretches approximately 1,500 kilometers in length. It is the longest river in Azerbaijan. And it passes through many towns and cities, including the capital. On average, I would say it is about 100 meters in width and 40 meters in depth. Okay, so just giving a good description of what this river is. Okay, now Umra might be like, oh, Adrian, it's not really true. It's the examiner doesn't care about the truth. Whether it's 20 meters deep, 40 meters deep, or whether it's 100 meters wide, or as Baljit is saying, 200 meters wide, it doesn't matter. What's most important is that you're describing it and you're using good words and numbers to give a clear understanding of what this river looks like. Okay. All right. So now a little bit more about its description, because it's pollution, right? So we have to describe. So unfortunately, due to the population boom, and mass consumerism, the river has become quite polluted over the last century. It has turned an ugly brown color and has a foul odor. I have seen garbage floating down the river, and the banks are littered with plastic bottles and other refuse. Okay. All right. Questions, members. So due to population boom means a very quick growth in population. So 100 turns into 1,000. Okay. So that's population boom. Mass consumerism. What does that mean? So population boom, let's do just a quick vocabulary check here. Population boom means a quick growth in population For example, 200 people to 10,000 people. Okay, mass consumerism. What does that mean? Yep, Baljeet, it connects a myriad of cities and towns together. That's good writing as well. Anirban says the prolonged dumping of toxic industrial waste and the throwing of plastic refuse by tourists in the area has led to the contamination of the river. That's very nice writing, very nice speaking, Anirban. I like it. Okay. Everybody just kind of stick to the river right now. Okay, so we want to be on the same topic here. Amra says, a very polluted place that I have seen 6 months ago is the Kura River in Azerbaijan. The Kura is 1,500 kilometers in length and it's located in southwestern Azerbaijan, and it is one of the largest rivers in the Caucasus. Okay. Thank you for that accurate information, Amra. It's good writing. Okay, what is mass consumerism? Baljeet says it means using a lot of things. No. Mass consumerism means purchasing a lot of products. Okay? So mass consumerism is when we have this like buy, buy, buy. So buy, buy, buy mentality. Okay, so shopping, shopping, shopping. That's mass consumerism. Okay. All right. Polluted over the last century, it has turned an ugly brown color and has a foul odor. What does it mean, foul odor? Let's do a little bit more vocabulary here. Foul odor. All right. Yes, that's right, Baljeet. It means a bad smell. Definitely. Okay. What does the word refuse mean? Refuse. What does that mean? Littered with plastic bottles and other refuse. It means, it's just a synonym for garbage. Okay, refuse. Now think about the word refuse, but it's pronounced differently here. So same spelling, different pronunciation. Refuse. Okay, refuse means garbage. All right, so again, speak and repeat from the top. A very polluted body of water that I have often seen is the Kura River in my country, Azerbaijan. It runs through the middle of the country and stretches approximately 1,500 kilometers in length. It is the longest river in Azerbaijan and it passes through many towns and cities, including the capital. On average, I would say it is about 100 meters in width and 40 meters in depth. Unfortunately, due to the population boom and mass consumerism, the river has become quite polluted over the last century. It has turned an ugly brown color and has a foul odor. I have seen garbage floating down the river and the banks are littered with plastic bottles and other refuse. Okay, so now attendees and activities, all right? So, of course, citizens have made use of the river for industry, to fish and transport goods, as well as recreation like boating, swimming, and picnicking along its banks. Okay, the river bank is the side of the river. Okay, you could say beach. A river can also have a beach as well. All right, unfortunately, or nevertheless, I've used unfortunately before, so I'll use nevertheless. These activities have become less common since the pollution is so bad that people can no longer enjoy themselves near or on the river, and it has become a health hazard, okay, or hazardous to health. This is a good collocation to know. Health hazard, okay? It means dangerous for health, so health hazard, okay? All right. So here we're talking about the attendees, so the people that go there, okay? And you can even add a little bit. So if you're looking at your notes, right? We look at our notes, the attendees. This is what we're looking at right now. We can see the locals, and then adults, several cities, towns. And here we have tourists. We haven't used that yet, so I can say a little bit about that. Tourists, and I'm just making this up, right? Tourists used to visit as well, but this has declined over the past 2 decades. Okay, now we're moving along nicely, and definitely, you know, we're hitting that 1 minute, even 70-second mark at this point. So before you get ahead of yourself, okay, that means before you start talking about other ideas and going into more details, what you want to do at this point is you want to look at the cue card. Okay, check to make sure that you are answering all the questions. It's very important, students. So let's do that right now. Okay. Anir Bun says the biodiversity in the area has taken a hit. The once prosperous aquatic life is almost non-existent now. I love it, Anir Bun. That's very, well, it sounds terrible, but it's very good English, okay? You're putting really nice English together there. Excellent. So let's look at the cue card, okay? So let's see which questions we have answered. So first of all, what is this place and where is it? Okay, definitely we have answered that one. So check, right? We said that it's in Azerbaijan. We said that it runs through the center of the country. We've said that it's near cities and towns. So we've talked about that. Okay, and then why is it polluted? Yep. Definitely, we've talked about that as well. So we said that because of population and mass consumerism, it's become polluted. Okay. How does it affect the life there? Yeah, we've kind of talked about that as well. So we said that people don't go there as much anymore. They don't do the activities that they used to do. So we did talk about that. Okay. We said that tourists are not coming. And then we have this part here, which is what could be done to reverse this pollution and who needs to do it. Definitely we have not answered this question for the examiner. So we have to make sure that we answer that question on the cue card also before we go into any other kinds of experiences and details, okay? So give me some sentences, members, for this one. What could be done to reverse this pollution and who needs to do it? Okay. I will start writing this as well, and then we'll compare our answers. Now, when you're answering questions, think about general truths. So when we think about the concept of responsibility, so who is responsible, then don't overcomplicate. So simply, responsibility is for an individual, for a person, and responsibility is shared socially within a group of people or among a group of people, right? So that could be a company, or it could be a school, or it could be a country. So a group of individuals that are connected. So Baljit says the government should critically analyze this river. It's a little bit of strange English, Baljit, to say government should critically analyze the river. What do you mean analyze the river? I mean, we just analyzed it. It's dirty. It's polluted. It needs help. Okay? So they don't need to critically analyze it. They need to clean it, right? So keep it simple, Baljit. Simple, clear, easy thoughts, Baljit. Okay? All right. So directly answer the question. Show the examiner that you are directly answering the question on the card. Okay? All right. I believe that it is the responsibility of both individuals and the government to clean up the Kura River. I mean that every citizen in the country must pay attention to not throwing garbage in the river, and also picking up garbage, right? Whenever they can. The government must organize and fund clean up programs. As well, they have to regulate the industries around the river and force them to be environmentally friendly. Right? There's another good collocation there, environmentally friendly. So directly answer that question, and then we have about 90 seconds here, right? Okay. Sunantha says the key to ending pollution is people's awareness. That's a good start, Sunantha. So what's your next sentence? How do we raise awareness? So there has to be social media campaigns to encourage people to clean up garbage around the river, right, Sunantha? So you go one step further, right? Anirban says, although the damage cannot be completely reversed, the government, along with the help of the local NGOs, can enforce laws to prevent littering and organize cleanup events. Very good, Anirban. So that's another way to say similarly to what I said. Okay. Baljit says it is the responsibility of individuals that they do not litter around this river, while the government can start some cleaning by initiating some cleaning policies. Yeah, very good, Baljit. That's nice direct speech. Okay. Amra says to stop this hazardous pollution, there should be an environmental ambition to keep regular checks on the various activities that took place there, and the government should instigate environmental reform. How, Amra? What should they do? How should they do that? Okay, good. Good. All right. So that's the response. And again, we could probably talk more and more. I'm sure now that you're into it, you realize that, hey, I could talk for half an hour on the pollution around the Kura River and how to clean it up. But what's most important is that I answer all of the questions on the cue card. What could be done to reverse this pollution? Who needs to do it? Now we have this, so check, it is done. I've answered all the questions on the cue card, and now the examiner knows that, okay, we can move on to part 3. So let's just do some repetition work here, and then members, you will have a chance to practice this, okay? This could easily be a question on an IELTS exam, definitely. So here we go. Repeat after me. Okay, copy what I say, copy how I say it. A very polluted body of water that I have often seen is the Kura River in my country, Azerbaijan. It runs through the southwestern part of the country and stretches approximately 1,500 kilometers in length. It is the longest river in Azerbaijan, and it passes through many towns and cities, including the capital. On average, I would say it is about 100 meters in width and 40 meters in depth. Unfortunately, due to population boom and mass consumerism, the river has become quite polluted over the last century. It has turned an ugly brown color and has a foul odor. I have seen garbage floating down the river, and the banks are littered with plastic bottles and other refuse. Of course, citizens have made use of the river for industry, to fish and transport goods, as well as recreation like boating, swimming, and picnicking along its banks. Nevertheless, these activities have become less common since the pollution is so bad that people can no longer enjoy themselves near or on the river, and it has become a health hazard. Tourists used to visit as well, but this has declined over the past 2 decades. I believe that it is the responsibility of both individuals and the government to clean up the Kura River. I mean that every citizen in the country must pay attention to not throwing garbage in the river and picking up garbage whenever they can. The government must organize and fund cleanup programs as well. They have to regulate industries around the river and force them to be environmentally friendly. Okay, your 2 minutes are up. I will stop you there. And now for part 3, I will ask you some questions related to the topic of part 2. Okay, Arjun writes, in order to stop this issue, the government and people need to unite to stop the flow of garbage and find alternative solutions for overflow. Also, water purification plants need to be built, not planted, built, and grown to clean up the mess. Need to be built to clean up the mess. Okay, Arjun? Otherwise, it's very good. I love how you used water purification plants. Yes, very nice. Okay, just one last point here before you practice, members. Notice the present perfect. So here, polluted body of water that I have often seen. Okay, and we've got lots of present perfect here. Has become quite polluted, has turned an ugly brown color, have seen garbage. I'm trying to catch all of them here. Have made use of the river. I'm just showing you here that the present perfect is the most important tense based on the cue card here. Okay. If I miss one, you can let me know. Has become a health hazard. Has declined. Okay. And I think that's it. All right. Look at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in my 1 to 2 minute response, I have 8 instances of the present perfect, and that's reflecting the cue card present perfect. Talk about a polluted place you have seen. Okay, so you really want to make sure that you're reflecting the correct tense of the cue card. All right, everybody, thumbs up as we go into our practice session, everyone. That's right, let's practice this. So I know that our members have a few different ideas that have been in circulation in the chat to answer this question. So I'm hoping that you will volunteer and practice this. Amra says thumbs up. All right. Okay, let's do this. So here we go. Let's get some volunteers going. Now, members, you have first privilege here as members to volunteer. Okay. And so remember, to volunteer for speaking, you need to go to aehelp.com, create a student account, click on Student Partner Speaking, enable your microphone, keep the window open, and then message me in the chat with the blue envelope. I want to volunteer. Let me show you. Okay, so this is
welcome
aehelp.com. There you can see me. So this is aehelp.com. aehelp.com. Click on this red button to join the premium package, or this green button to try it for free. Okay, so one of those buttons right up there. That's how you sign up. And then you go to your My Student account. Oh, what happened there? Hopefully the website's working. Let's see if IELTS is working. Yeah, IELTS is working. Is it working for everybody else, the aehelp one? Hopefully it is, the My Student account. If not, we can use the general IELTS one. So this is gieltshelp.com. Okay, it seems to be. Baljit says it's working for me. All right, Umra says it's working for you as well. I don't know why it's not working for me. That's strange. Huh, strange. Okay, I will log into my student account through the general IELTS website because it's basically the same for me here. So there is the general IELTS one, my student partner speaking. So the student partner speaking button in the academic one will look the same. It'll be blue instead of green. Paul Cheat says, I need to pay for it first. No, I don't have to pay for it first. So, all right, so let's click on that student partner speaking button and then click accept and start speaking. The interface is connected here, so it should work. And then when you go in there, I should see you. I don't know what's going on. All right. Is everybody kind of linked in here? Are we all in the same session here? I might have to restart my internet or something? I don't know. It's really weird that it's not working for me. All right. Is it working for you guys? So Amra, Baljit, are you able to log in? It's new for me. It's never done this before, so I'm not sure why. I'll have to troubleshoot it. www.aehelp.com. Why can I not use it? Baljit says mine is showing chats and it is working okay. All right, let me try something here. So just give me 2 seconds. I will see if, yeah, it's probably on my end here. So let's go to, okay, let me try Firefox then. Maybe it's a browser related issue. Yeah, that's strange. Maybe it's Google Chrome.
Welcome to Academic IELTS Success.
Okay. All right, so just give me 2 seconds. Yep, computers, complicated beasts that they are. All right. So there we go. My student account. Yeah, you will now see me. Okay. That was obviously a Chrome related issue. Baljit, were you using Chrome or the other people who were using the website? Just out of... So notice how I'm using Firefox right now and it seems to be working just fine. So anyway, we'll figure that out. Baljit says he's using Chrome and it seems to work. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, let me go to student partner speaking. Let's see if that works now. Okay. The websites auto heal themselves, by the way, students. So our websites are extremely well built and very powerful. They will auto heal themselves. So even if there's a problem with them, in a matter of a minute or two, it will auto heal itself. Okay. All right. So I can see people in here now volunteering. Switching to Firefox here. Yeah, Arjun says you can also clear cookies. It could be a cookie related issue. So who knows, right? But anyway, it seems to be working and we seem to be okay right now. Let's see. I'm going to reach out to somebody, to a volunteer, and then we can maybe practice. Amra, I see you in here. So again, remember, this is members' first chance. So I see Sun here. Sun, yes. Now, I don't think I have my microphone enabled. Okay, there it is. So yes. Are you ready? Hopefully my microphone, I think I enabled it. Okay, make sure you enable your microphone. All right. Yeah. Okay, there it is. Yes, so Firefox just asked me to allow my microphone. I said yes. Hello, Sun. Are you there? Hi, Sun. I can kind of hear you. Let me just...
You hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now, Sun. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right. Sun, can you remind us, where are you right now?
I'm in Hanoi, the capital city of Vietnam.
Awesome. Sun, have you been paying attention to the class? Are you familiar with the cue card topic?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. Okay, so I will give you a chance to answer this cue card and then I will give you feedback on your response. Are you ready?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, I'll start you off. So I just pulled up the cue card on the screen here. Let me give it a different color so you can clearly see it. I'll give it a nice polluted brown color like that. Okay, so it looks like pollution. Okay, here we go. So let's begin part 2. Talk about a polluted place you have seen. Your 1 minute preparation time is up. Son, please begin speaking.
A polluted place that I have seen is the North River, located in the city center of Hanoi, which takes 10 minutes for me to drive from home. Uh, in the past, it used to be a very clean and fresh river where people went there to swim and go fishing. Um, because there used to be a variety of fishes there, but at the present time, all of the fishes have disappeared, and people also no longer do those kind of entertainment activities anymore, because it has been greatly contaminated. The blue color of the water have turned into dirty brown, with a lot of garbage, like plastic bottles and other refuse floating on the surface, and therefore also very awful stank. People need to wear face masks when going here. Uh, the reason why this place is very polluted is because of the local residents. They have constantly thrown away their garbage and trash into the river, and sometimes I can even see some young children urinating here as well, which makes it very polluted. uh, I'm really sad to see how horrible this river is compared to the past, and I hope that the government should impose some kind of punishment to raise the awareness of the citizens, and each citizen must alter their habit by putting the garbage in the garbage can instead of putting in the water.
Okay, your time is up. I will stop you there, and we will now continue with part 3. All right, Son, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I think you paid attention to a couple of very important points. First of all, you paid attention to starting strong with a good response to the topic question. So I said, talk about a polluted place you have seen, and you very smartly just started with that answer. You said a polluted place that I have seen is the North River, located in the city of Hanoi. So I love that you directly answered that question, and the examiner will love that too. So that's what the examiners want. So many times they hear this like, I have seen a lot of polluted places. Thank you for giving me a chance to talk about a polluted place I'm going to talk about. And it's like, just get to the point, right? So it's really good that you just got to the point and not beating around the bush. You said it's a 10-minute drive from your home. You said in the past it used to be used for swimming and fishing. So you're talking about the activities. It was really good. I would say overall your band score would be about a 7. Okay. The way to improve your band score to get it higher to an 8, just some slight corrections to grammar, a little bit more fluency, and you'll get to band 8, and that will come with practice. A 7 is a fantastic score, by the way, in part 2. Let me show you, for instance, those little oddities that cost marks. Like you said, all of the fishes. Don't make that mistake. That's kind of a newbie mistake to say fishes. You know that fish are not countable, right? So it's all of the fish,
Oh.
right? So it sounds really weird to an English speaker when you say fishes have disappeared. I liked how you used the present perfect. You definitely paid attention to that, and that was a very good part of your grammar. You said it has been greatly contaminated. That was really good. So good use of present perfect. Here, the present perfect was used incorrectly. You said the deep blue color have turned into a brown. It has turned, right? So just, small, but those little grammar mistakes add up to points. And then you said people need to wear face masks when going there. I think one way that you could make it a bit more fluent is using a bit more connectives in your speech. So I think that you didn't pause too much, so you were able to talk continuously, but it did feel at times like it was disconnected, like it was sentence, sentence, sentence with weak connection. So when you're practicing at home, son, try to include words like therefore, as a result, consequently, and then practice these connectives to make it a little bit smoother, the connections. Okay, you had some, but I think you could use more. But again, overall quite good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any questions, son, about this cue card or this response?
No, I don't.
Okay. No, I don't have any at the moment. Full sentences. Okay.
All right.
All right. Son, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and keep up the good studies. Okay. We'll chat again later. All right.
Yes. Thank you, sir, and goodbye.
Okay. Goodbye, son. All right. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, it looks like we're having some issues here. All right. So I see a couple more volunteers here. Amra, would you like to try? I mean, this is coming from your suggestion for the topic. Amra, if you're having trouble with the website, just reload it. Just do a shift refresh. Okay, shift refresh it. So nothing is perfect, but I did a shift refresh and it seems to be working. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I see you there, Amra. Are you ready? I'm hoping that you can maybe give this response, Amra, and make some corrections to the information about the Kura River, how wide it is and so forth. Okay, let me reach out to Amra. Hopefully we can connect here. Hi, Amra.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. What about you, sir?
I'm doing good. Thank you for suggesting today's topic about the Kura River.
Thank you, sir.
It kind of looked polluted when I researched it there real quickly online. Is it pretty bad, the pollution in the Kura River?
Yeah, extremely terrible. And its color is actually dark brown. Not blue, but dark brown.
Dark brown. Ooh, okay. All right. Well, how about you answer this cue card for us, and I'm sure you'll make a couple corrections to what we gave as information about the Kura River. So are you ready to give this a shot?
Yeah, I want to go with Kura River, but it's a bit different way.
Oh, I'll let you do it the way you think it's best, okay? So I will start you off. Here we go. So talk about a polluted place you have seen. Your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
A very polluted place that I have seen 6 months ago is Kura River in Azerbaijan. The Kura is 1,515 kilometers in length, located in southwestern Azerbaijan, and it is one of the largest rivers in the Caucasus. It is a part of the South Caspian Sea. It has hundreds of kilometers of shoreline with many towns and green spaces surrounding it. And this river today and over the past few centuries has been used for a variety of activities such as agriculture, fishing, and oil and wood transportation. Uh, all of these human activities and industrialization have had a harmful impact on this river by creating extensive and long-term pollution. 100 years ago, the water was a clear, dark blue, but nowadays, because of this uh, pollution has turned it into a murky, dark brown color. This pollution is not only harmful to water creatures such as fish or turtles, but also impacts the quality of life of the citizens living in its close vicinity. In recent years, the situation has been so disastrous that besides the fact that people began to immigrate from these places, several species of animals living there have become extinct. And I believe that not only the government authorities must get the situation under control, but also the people who reside near the Kura River must take control. Uh, Individuals must be encouraged not to litter around this river and pick up every garbage. And
Okay,
the
I
government
will
should.
stop you there. Your time is up, Amram. So yeah, they'll stop you there. I'm pretty sure you've run out of 2 minutes, but I was just typing away, because you were giving us just such good quality information. Amra, first of all, huge thumbs up. I hope that some of your members give you a thumbs up as well, because honestly speaking, it was so good. It sounded like you're reading it from a web page. I know you. I know you weren't. I know you weren't doing it, because I don't think that you would have a web page like that right now. But no, it was. It was impressive. It was definitely impressive. I mean, I would easily give you band 8 for that. I think if you were saying it, with a little bit of a better pronunciation, a little bit more fluently, you'd get a band 9. But maybe another IELTS examiner might say to me, Adrian, you're wrong. That would be a band 9. So anyway, a very high mark. Grammatical range, grammatical accuracy, pretty much 100%. Like you were bang on. I don't know if you made any grammar mistakes at all. It just sounded really great. It sounded, it actually sounded like you were in a university class giving a project presentation, like a very effective project presentation. And that's what the highest band scores sound like. I got so excited I even swallowed the wrong. Examiners get excited when they hear good answers. So that was a really great answer. I mean, you explained exactly what it is, where it is. You gave me a very nice description. So now I get it. It runs into the Caspian Sea, right? The river. So,
Yeah.
Okay, clear. Got it. Right. And you used a lot of present perfect. Like you said, it has been used for a variety of activities. And then you're using really nice vocabulary like agriculture, oil and fuel transportation, industrialization, and you're using really good collocations like negative impacts. You used murky brown color, very nice descriptive. Murky means it's like it's got like kind of like a milkshake. It's all floating. It's gooey. So sad to hear that it's the truth. But as far as your English is concerned, very good. Species of animals have become extinct. Very good. So people who reside near the river, nice adjective clause there. So very nice, Amra. Overall, I would say that what you're doing is great. All you need to do is just keep practicing that. But I mean, have you sat the IELTS exam? Like, have you done the IELTS exam recently?
Not, I haven't passed this IELTS exam, but I am going to pass after about 6 months.
Oh, I think you'd do fantastic. Yeah. So by that time, for sure. It sounds like you're outside with lots of children running around and playing in the background. Are you at a park?
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm. A big park is near my home, and there are a lot of activities children enjoy.
That's great. It's a very positive sound to hear. I can hear them having fun. So that's fantastic. Okay, Amra, good job. Thank you for sharing such a wonderful response to this cue card. One tip, maybe a little bit faster to answer all the questions. So you make sure that you don't run out of the 2 minutes before you answer that last question. That would be my only kind of tip in hindsight, okay? But overall, very, very good. Nice job. Well done.
Okay, sir, I got it.
All right. Bye, Amra. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, sir. Bye.
All right, that was Amra. Okay, everybody, I'm kind of running out of time, and I'm gonna refresh the chat server. So we have it good for next class. So I'll go into the back end, and let me see if I can. Yeah, I'll reboot the chat server. Boom! You get to see some of the back end of the website there, and I'm just rebooting the chat server right now, everybody. So Sunantha, it'll be good for next class. So Baljit, Sunantha, don't worry about it if you didn't get in on this class. You will have a chance next class, because coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll have speaking part 3, where everybody will be able to join the chat. And I just rebooted the chat server on the websites. It is auto healing as well. So, so take a few minutes rest, members, and then come back in 30 minutes, and you will be good to go. So as you can see, the system is working. Of course, there's always a ghost in the machine potentially, but as long as we've got 95%, we're all good. So aehelp.com, gieltshelp.com, check it out in the meantime. And I will be back in roughly 30 minutes with speaking part 3, okay? By the way, if you're like, oh, but I want to keep practicing, if we go to the website here, let me just see if I can bring something up here for you. Just give me 1 second before I say my goodbyes. There we have a new video, a new speaking video for you, and I'm going to show you this. So just give me 2 seconds. Okay, let me get to it. Here we go. 1 second. So it's a really cool video, so that's what I want to show you. Just a sec, almost there. All right, there we go. There we go. Welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. Put this. I'm recording this for marking and clerical purposes. This is candidate number 95817736. We are currently conducting the exam in Ahmedabad. And the time right now is 14 o'clock. The speaking has... So basically this new video, I just put the link in the chat. This is a new speaking video. We just released it this morning. And it's got a couple of really cool features. You will see that the way that we give feedback for this student is in real time at the bottom of the subtitles. May I see your identification?
Yes, gladly. Here's my passport that I used 2 weeks ago for registration and just now for check-in. Please have a look.
Okay. So here's this candidate. She's awesome. She does a really good job. And then you can see in this video that we actually explain why that's a band 9 answer. So she's very confident in this answer. She gives a very natural response, and she gives a very full sentence response. So she gets a band 9. So this is the newest video. We just put this up before this class, so you can check it out. And we've got a Cambly partnership with this video as well, so you can get a 15-minute speaking interview with a native English-speaking tutor in India only for that one. It's like 29 rupees or something. So check it out, students, while you're waiting for the next class. Again, The next class will be coming up in 30 minutes, and that will be speaking part 3. Okay, and that will follow from this pollution component. Okay. All right, Rosina, you're super welcome. Good to see you in here. Okay. All right. Okay, students. So back in 30 minutes, speaking part 3. Check out aehelp.com, glshelp.com. I just rebooted the chat servers, so it should be good to go for the next class. We will do it. Until then, enjoy that video. Bye for now, students.